Good morning, Year 4. For today's task, we're going to carry on with calculating the area today. And you've done a fantastic job yesterday of cutting out your shapes and counting the squares to find the area. So I'm going to show you two different ways to do this today because we've had a lot of looks now at counting the squares to find the area, and there's nothing wrong with that. But as I showed you yesterday, sometimes I don't give you the squares inside the shape to help you. So I'm going to have a look at question 2 with you to find the area of this shape, and I'm not going to count the squares. I might count the squares to check my answer, but I'm going to use a different method. So first of all, I need to find out one of the lengths and one of the widths. So I do need to count the squares to find out the length. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares in length, and then the width is 1, 2. Now I could count up all my squares, but I'm going to use multiplication to help me because remember, this is pretty much the same as arrays. 5 lots of 2 give me what? So 5 multiplied by 2. 5 times 2 is 10. I'm just going to check that by counting the squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I've got 10 squares. It would be really nice today if I could see you using this method and I could see your multiplication and you multiplying these together to find your answer. It's perfectly fine to check it by counting the squares. Okay, I'm going to turn over to the other side because it's double-sided today. Now I'm starting to see shapes that look like this. I'm thinking it might be a bit hard to multiply these because is it 2 by 3? Because then there's one missing here and there's one up here. So I could move the shape around. On these questions, I would suggest that counting the squares is probably your best way to find the area. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A way I could check that is if I imagine moving this shape, so I don't want it there. I'm going to put it here. It's the same size, I've just moved one bit from there. Now look, I've got 3 squares across the bottom, 2 squares for the width. 3 multiplied by 2 gives me 6. So you could use that. If you can visualise that shape and see where you could move it. For instance, I'm thinking this one here, where could I put that to make this shape a little bit easier to read? These two here, where could I move them to make that shape a bit easier for me to read again? Okay, have a think about that today and maybe have a go at it. If it doesn't work, that's fine. You can go back to counting the squares, but play around, see what method works best for you. If you need any help, please email us or contact us on Teams and we will support you.